Oh, hey, it's Nombly with Game of the Week, and this is opening random free packs that I got on the Blizzard launcher in Hearthstone. Now, keep in mind, I know nothing about this game at all. Well, I shouldn't say at all. I played back in GVG. I remember I did a little bit of Grand Tournament, maybe, so you can see how long ago I used to play this game. Every once in a while, I do watch like a Rarin video or a Crypt video, but in terms of meta, in terms of if a card is good or not, I have no background at all. So hopefully you can get a couple laughs out of this on whether I see a card that's good and call it bad, or a card that's bad and call it good. Um, yeah, this is just for fun, so don't get angry. Alright, let's get going. Bam. Alright, what do we got here? Tentacle Grip. Deal 3 damage, get a 1/1 Chaotic Tendril. Cool. Arrowsmith. Oh, that's clever. After you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to the lowest health enemy. This is good for sniping low health minions. Now, does this target Divine Shield? Does Divine Shield count as a 1 health? Or does it count as more health than any minion on the board? So that's my question. Distress Signal. Summon 2 random 2-cost minions. Refresh 2 mana crystals. Refresh 2 mana crystals. That just means bring 2 mana crystals back, right? So is there something that triggers off of refreshing mana crystals? Because why is this not just 2 mana summon 2 random 2-cost minions? Because if it's like, I understand, like, I assume you'd be ramping towards 4, or maybe you do cast this on turn 2 and you have like I forget what they used to be called. It was like Thunder Bloom or something like that, where it gave you extra mana, or Innervate. Innervate was one of them too, right? I think Innervate only gives you 1 mana now, but if you throw double Innervate Distress Signal, that means that your turn 2 was free, but you are dumping your hand. I don't know. Like, it sounds good to me. Sounds good. Reliquary Archer. Researcher. Buh. Battle Cry. If you've excavated twice, cast 2 random mage secrets. I don't know how good excavation is. Is excavation mage a thing? Or rather, are there enough excavation cards within an archetype that could also justify bringing this card? 2 random mage secrets sounds good, but it also depends on what types of mage secrets are currently in the pool, because I have no idea. I know that there used to be one that made it so that you could not die this turn, and I think they Hall of Famed that. Alright, Drone Deconstructor Battlecry, get a 1/1 Magnetic Spark Bot with a random bonus effect. Okay, does it cost 0? Does it cost 1? Could be good in a mech deck. Boop, 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 boop. Spawning Pool, cool. Manufacturing Error, draw 3 cards. If your deck has no minions, they cost 3 less. Spell Mage support, huh? If your deck has no minions and you draw 3 cards, they cost 3 less. I don't know. what happens if you draw a 2-mana card and then this gets wasted a little bit? Or a 1-mana spell that this gets wasted a little bit? I don't know. If Spell Mage is a thing, then maybe? Because you're casting 5 mana to get a 9 mana discount, but you're not actually, like, doing anything to the board, right? Steam Guardian. Draw a spell. Reduce the cost of a fire spell in your hand by 1. Elemental Warrior. Does Warrior have a lot of elemental fire spells? Or fire school spells? Needs more information. Spawning Pool. Get a 1/1 Zergling. Death Rattle. Your Zerg minions have Rush this turn. We don't have any Zerglings, so we can't really... I mean, it's a 1 mana, and then you would get it on turn 1, and you would get it on turn 3, right? And then we'd give everything Rush. So I like the flavor of this, where you're getting Zerg rushed. I think it's probably a good card. Just a 1 mana location. Especially you could like throw down 1 mana Spawning Pool, throw down your hero power, and then the next turn if you have a Spine Crawler, you can play that, and you have a Spawning Pool location up. So sure. Give your weapon +2/+2 Sharp Shipment. Wasn't there like that one card we saw last episode where it was like Quick Pick or something like that, where every time you attacked you draw a card? If you could hit your Quick Pick with this, maybe? It really depends also on if there are any card destruction or weapon destruction cards like there used to be, Mr. That Belongs in a Museum. If that's still a thing, then this stuff becomes more risky. If that's not a thing, 4 mana, draw 2 cards and do 2 more damage, technically over 2 turns, it's kinda slow. But if you're using health as a resource to pick off the monsters so that they can't build a board, it seems slow, but I would test it. Alright, Tram Heist. Get a copy of each card your opponent played last turn. That's incredible. That seems really, really good. Because the enemy is typically going to be playing cards that are good. If the cards are in their deck, the card is probably good. So this is kind of like a Thought Steal, but more targeted. Seems good to me. Quick Pick, yeah, that's the card I was talking about earlier. Librum of Divinity. Give a minion +3/+3. If this costs 0, return this to your hand at the end of your turn. Huh. I think I remember seeing randomly by just watching YouTube that there was a card that lowered the cost of Librum spells in your deck. If Librum Paladin's a thing, this thing is crazy. I don't know. Stargazing. Draw a different arcane spell. If you play it this turn, it casts twice. It sounds good to me. You get to 2 mana, but then again, you also have to pay the cost of the other spell. Spell Mage. If this is a random spell, I'm seeing some spells that are pointing me in the direction of a random Spell Mage, which could be high roll or low roll. I don't know. Bayfin Bodybuilder. After a minion is summoned for your opponent during your turn, silence and destroy it? What? After a minion is summoned for your opponent during your turn, summon and destroy it. So, is this like a situation where you throw down Bayfin Bodybuilder and then you throw down like 2 dirty rats or something like that. I don't remember how much dirty rat used to cost. Was it 3? I don't know, maybe you've got a coin. Was dirty rat 4? I don't remember. But you'd basically throw this down and then kill that thing and then dirty rat it again and kill it again. I mean, it's not a good card, right? It's not. Because it has to happen on your turn, right? Yeah, it's bad. Staff of the Primus again. Cactus Cutter. Battle Cry. Draw a spell. If you cast it this turn, gain +1, +2, and Taunt. So this becomes a 3/4, 2 mana 3/4 if you play the spell. Now, it's draw a spell, which means it comes from your deck, right? So it's probably a good spell, but is it a cheap spell? It's still 2 mana 2/2 draw a card, right? I think this is good. I think it's really good. Infiltrate. Choose a minion, deal 3 damage to all other minions. Huh. So you could choose your own minion, keep it safe, and hit their entire board. Or if they've got like a Death Rattle minion that you don't want to pop right away, you could pick the Death Rattle minion and pop the rest of the board. I think it's a little bit, like a 3 mana 3 damage is pretty good. Like, I'm still comparing things to Consecrate back in the day, which was a 4 mana deal damage to, or deal 2 damage to all enemy minions. And I don't know if that's been power crept massively by this point, which I imagine it has. It seems alright. It's probably like the best board clear since whatever, but eh. We've already seen Elemental Companion. Razzle Dazzler. Battle Cry, summon a random 5-cost minion, repeat for each spell school you've cast this game, Naga. So, how many different spell schools are there that Shaman can get? I imagine Ice is one, I imagine Fire is one. Is Thunder a spell school in this game yet? I don't know. It's like Restore is healing restorative a spell school? Either way, I would assume that there's at least 3 schools that you could play to get this thing going, which means it's probably quite good if you can get to turn 7. 3 5-cost cards. Like, 5-cost cards are they're typically not like incredible, but like they bring the stats and they typically have decent effects from what I've seen. So this is probably like a finisher card for Shaman maybe. Alright, Arcanite Revelation, draw a card. If it's a spell, it costs 1 less. Sounds good to me. Inventomatic, whenever you magnetize a minion, give it +1/+1. Now, when you say give it +1/+1, are you talking about the Inventomatic or the minion that is being magnetized? 2 mana 2/3 is good stats either way, so if you're building a mech deck, this is probably an include. But anyways, Viper. Battle Cry, summon a minion from your opponent's hand. Your other Zerg minions gain Reborn and attack it. I really like the flavor on this, because Vipers in StarCraft, they had this tongue thing that could pull enemy units out of position. So the fact that you can just yank this out of your opponent's hand and then have your swarm hit it is pretty good. I like that. I think it's probably good because you just instantly kill whatever minions in their hand. You just gotta hope that it's not a battle cry that's gonna help them out. Alright, Annoying Fan. Battle cry, choose a minion. It can't attack while this is alive. Like, this is immediately gonna get destroyed no matter what, right? This is a going second card, though, right? Like, it buys you one turn. Like, the enemy's just gonna blow this thing up with their hero power on the next turn. Like, it's not gonna do anything. It's garbage. It's funny, but I love it, but it's not good. Alright. Minecart Cruiser Rush Overload 2 Battle Cry. If you played an elemental last turn, don't overload. This is a good card. It's a good card for Shaman Elemental deck. Guiding Figure. Spell Burst. Trigger a random enemy minion's Death Rattle. A random friendly minion's Death Rattle. Starship Piece. Anything that procs a Death Rattle and doesn't kill the minion is good in my book. Ravenous Kraken, Battle Cry, destroy a friendly minion, Death Rattle, summon a copy of it. Okay. Again, so this kills your Death Rattle minion. Say you have a Death Rattle minion at like 1 health, and it's got another effect. You can destroy it, bring it back. Because when it says summon a copy of it, I assume that means that it comes back with its full stats and not the amount of stats that it had when it died. If that's the case, then this is a cool arena card. Guitar Soloist, 5 mana, 4/3. Battle Cry. If you control no other minions, draw a spell, a minion, and a weapon. So this is a comeback card, which is really not... You don't see comeback cards very often in Hearthstone. It's typically win more cards, in my opinion. I think this is good. I don't think it's incredible because it's only a 4/3 on turn 5, and if you're already losing, playing a 4/3 on turn 5 is not good. But the effect is good. Like, drawing a spell, a minion, and a weapon, you draw 3 cards and get a 4/3 body, right? And they're different types of cards, so it's not like I'm drawing 3 random cards, it's I'm drawing the weapon that I have in my deck specifically, it's drawing a spell that I put into this deck specifically, and then a random minion. So I think it has potential. Alright, we've seen Fan the Hammer before. Missile Pod, another StarCraft card. Starship Piece, Battle Cry, deal 1 damage to all enemies, also triggers on launch. 2 mana, deal 1 damage to all enemies. This is a good aggro card, I think. Like, against aggro card, that is. Aggro defense card. It's weird that it's a Shaman card? Is Shaman kind of the, like, deal damage? I mean, I guess it is, right? Like, deal damage to the opponent's board repeatedly kind of thing. Needle Rock Totem. At the end of your turn, gain 2 armor and draw a card. That's going to get destroyed immediately. So this should be at the... play this at the end of your turn, gain 2 armor and draw a card, and then destroy it. Because it's going to be destroyed at the start of your opponent's turn, no matter what. So is getting 2 armor and drawing a card worth 2 mana and a slot in your deck? Probably. And it's a totem. So if you're playing like Totem Shaman, could be good. Could be good. Warrior getting 2 armor also could be good. I would test it. I would play with it. Blasteroid. 3 mana, 3/4, which is typical stats that it used to be back in the day. Shuffle 5 random fire spells into your deck and they cost 2 less. That sounds good to me. 5 random fire spells that they cost 2 less. Yeah, I think this is an auto-include in elemental and like even an aggro mage. But then again, you'd have to... You're muddling your deck a little bit, right? But they cost 2 less. Actually, 3 mana 3/4 is a good stat line too. Like, I feel like this is a good card, but not if you're looking for like a very specific action for your deck to do. XP 931 Housekeeper. After you use a location, gain 3 armor. 2 mana 2/3. It's got the 2 mana stat line. Like, it's not going to be put in any deck. It's garbage. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, Crash of Thunder, we've already seen. Peaceful Piper. Choose one. Draw a beast or discover one. Beast Druid, are you a thing? I know that they tried to make Beast Druid a thing in the past. Have they succeeded with that? I don't know. Either way, it's a 1 mana 1/1 that gives you a card, so it's probably good. Alien Encounter, summon 2 2/5 beasts with taunt. Costs 1 less for each card you've discovered this game. Is Discover Hunter a thing? I remember there used to be a hero that would discover 2 beasts and then stitch them together. So, possibly good? Like, maybe play it on turn 3 or turn 4, depending on what your previous turns were. Seems good to me. We've already seen Astrobiologist, so Sanitize. Deal damage equal to your armor to all minions. Forge, gain 4 armor first. Now Forge costs 2, right? Yeah. So this would be 8 mana, deal 4 damage to all minions. Or just deal... I think this is bad. I think this is way too slow. I think this is bad. Because you hit your own minions too, right? Because, like, even if you're playing a deck where you want your minions to take damage, you don't want your minions to take 4 damage. You want your minions to take 1, and you have Whirlwind for that. If Whirlwind's still legal, I don't actually know. Sanitize bad. Sanitize bad. Wave Pool Thrasher, Battle Cry, give all other minions -1/-1. Death Rattle, give all other minions +1/+1. So this is the kind of card you want pulled out of your deck so it doesn't Battle Cry, and then you want it to Death Rattle. I think this is bad. Viper, we've already seen. Spirit of the Team. Stealth for 1 turn, your hero has +2 attack on your turn. Oh, this is like one of those... Didn't they have like totems like this back in the day? I think it's bad. Salvage the Bunker. More StarCraft stuff. Summon 2 2/2 Marines with Taunt. Your next Starship launch costs 2 less. It's good, right? Like, I imagine Starship Paladin is probably a thing. And if you're getting 2 2/2 Marines with Taunt, and your launch costs less, you're probably using a 2 of this even. is good for stalling, really. Alright, Fearless Flame Juggler, Battle Cry, gains stats equal to the damage of your hero. Equal to the damage your hero has taken this turn. Okay. So Warlock self-damage. Gain stats equal... Oh, I see a combo. You play the Rook, you take 5 damage, you tap, you take another 2 damage. This becomes a 2-mana 8/8. Huh. That sounds real good to me now that I'm getting a better picture. I like this card a lot. I like it a lot. Alright, Cephalopods. Battle Cry. The next spell you draw is Cast when drawn. 5 mana 4/4. Do you want the next card you draw to be cast right away? Probably not. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. Unless it's all like attack. But what if it hits a... What if you have like a Pyroblast and it hits a 1/1? Like, ugh. Alright, Blind Box. Get 2 random demons, outcast, discover them instead. Get 2 random cards or discover 2 random cards. I feel like this is not a card you would want to put in your deck, but you would want to be given to you randomly, kind of thing. If that makes sense. Hydration Totem. At the end of your turn, give adjacent minions +1/+1. So this is 2 mana, give adjacent minions +1/+1. I brought this up before, but I remember a card named Defender of Argus that did this already and gave you Taunt. But I think it costed 3? And it gave them Taunt. I feel like this is a good card. It's not incredible. If you have a big taunty boy to like put this beside to like stop it from dying. Like if there's like a 1 mana taunt card out there that Shaman can use, you know? Or even on like a 2 mana taunt card that you could play this and that on turn 4. Just something to protect it. Could do well. Keyboard Soloist, Battle Cry, if you control no other minions. Yeah, we've seen that already. Boop. Alright, so all those red packs are done. We're gonna do whatever these are now. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. Bang, 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 bang. Alright, Serenite Tolvir, we've already seen that. Serenity, we've already seen that. Weight of the World, draw 2 cards. Forge, draw cards until you have as many in your hand as your opponent first. What? Oh, draw cards until you have as many in hand as your opponent first. Oh. I think this is just a straight up good card. I think this is just a straight up good card. Because you play, if you're playing against somebody who is not draw centric, you can just 3 mana 2 cards. It's an Arcane Intellect, right? On the other hand, if you're playing against like a Warlock, like a Handlock, I don't know if that still exists. You forge this, you try to survive, and then on turn 5, they have 8 cards in hand. You play this for 5 mana, and then you go up to 10 cards and then mill on the next turn. You know what I mean, right? You do it on like 7 cards, right? You go from like having a few cards to having 2 more cards than they do, no matter what. So like aggro Demon Hunter, probably want this. You play early aggro so that you get control of the board, and then you splash that momentum for gaining more cards. I don't know. I'm probably just talking out of my ass. Shockhopper, Battlecry, get a random overload card. It's good. It's good. It draws a card, it costs 1 mana, it has 3 stats, it's good. Even if you don't have an overload card in your deck, it's a 1 mana 1/2. It's good. Turn the Tides, give your hero +3 attack, summon a 3/3. We've already seen this one. Now that I see this is a little bit better looking. Alright, Eye of Chaos. Get 2 1/1 Chaotic Tendrils, more Chaotic Tendril synergy. I really like this Chaotic Tendril idea. If I was to play this game, I would try and make a Chaotic Tendril deck, because that just seems like a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the Jade meta back in the day. Musclotron, Battlecry, give all minions in your hand +1/+1, Forge for +2/+2. So you go from spending 3 mana to get +1/+1 to spending 2 mana to get another +1/+1. Is this worth forging? It's the minions in your hand, not the minions in your deck. So I don't think that this is worth forging. I think you would play this on turn 3 just right away. I don't think this is worth forging. I could be wrong. This card could just be trash. Like a 3 mana 3/4 is the going rate, but it gives all the other minions +1/+1, so that's gotta be worth 1 stat. Wing Welding, we've already seen. Grace of the Highfather. Restore 8 health. Discover a card that costs the amount overhealed. Discover a card that costs the amount overhealed. Okay, so it's 3 mana, get healed, and draw a card. Like, it's good, right? It has to be good. Especially if you have other things that, like, is Northshire Cleric still a thing? I think they retired that card, but I remember Northshire Cleric. That was one of my staple cards back in the day. I used to play a lot of Dragon Priest. Tomb Trader, 4 mana, 4/3. Destroy a plague in your opponent's deck to deal 3 damage to all enemy minions. I don't know how many plagues you're throwing into the enemy deck. Could be good, need more information. Alright, Eulogizer. Battlecry, spend 3 corpses to gain 3 damage. Or to deal 3 damage, Forge, gain them instead. So you spend 2 mana to gain 3 corpses. That's probably good, but a 5 mana 3/3 is not good. It's probably not good, that's what I'm gonna say. From the Scrap Heap, get 3 1/1 Magnetic Spark Bots with random bonus effects. 2 mana. If they're 1/1s, then they probably cost 1, which means you can use them for openers, for combos. So this card is probably okay? Probably? Starlight Whelp, get a random card. I've already said that one's bad. Trog Exile, Rush, Battlecry, deal 4 damage to your hero. Maybe in that Warlock deck I was talking about where you stop hitting yourself the whole time. Rune-Fueled Golem, discover a weapon from any class. It's too much variance. But could be something crazy like the old Druid weapon that would give you 10 mana or whatever. That could be fun. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, bait and switch. Secret, when a friendly minion is attacked, give it +3/+3. That seems cool to me. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. You need a minion on board for it to work, but we'll see. We won't see because I don't think I'm gonna actually play this game after I open all the cards. Lol. Sharp-Eyed Seeker. 3 mana, 3/3, Battle Cry. If there is a card in your deck that didn't start there, draw it. Huh. Huh. Would that work on like the candles from that one monster? Or one minion back in the day? It's kind of cool. Gear Shift we've seen already, I still think is insane. Forge of Wills, 4 mana, 2 uses. Choose a friendly minion. Summon a giant with its stats and rush. What is a giant? With its stats and rush. I imagine it's just it just copies the minion and gives it rush in giant form. I don't know. It's another location, which could make the StarCraft stuff look better. Twisted Frostwing, Rush, Death Rattle, summon a Chimera with stats equal to this minion's attack. With stats equal to this minion's attack. So if you buffed this thing to a 7/3 and then threw it into something, it would summon a Chimera that's a 7/7? If that's the case, that sounds pretty good if you can buff your beasts as Hunter. SPE3Y3D3R, Spider. 3 mana, 3/4, Magnetic, Stealth for 1 turn. Yep, that's fine. I'm not writing home about it, but it's fine. Inventor's Aura, your mechs cost 1 less for 2 turns. Mech Paladin, are you a thing? I think you were at some point. Are you still? Eridar Deceptor. Whenever you draw a card, summon a 1/1 demon with Rush. Demon Hunter, if you have something that draws cards, I don't know what it is, but it seems like you have a lot of cards that proc off you drawing cards. So there's probably something in your kit that I'm unaware of, which makes this good. Oh, legendary! Sinister Soul Cage. Give a friendly undead +2/+2. Spend 5 corpses to summon a copy of it. Probably good. If you've got like a 5 mana thick boy who's undead, and throw a +2/+2 on it, and then you get like a 7/7, 5 mana 7/7, and then another 5 mana 7/7 for 9 mana. Sounds good to me. Mechanome Guide. Battlecry, discover a spell, Forge. It costs 3 less. Forge just seems really weak to me on a lot of these cards. Like, spending 2 extra mana. Is my cell phone speaking? Oh no, I'm hearing the TV from downstairs, I guess. Right. Forge costs 3 less, so you'd be spending 2 mana to get a 3 mana discount. I guess it's worth it technically, but 6 mana for a 3/4 so that you can spend 3 less. What if the spell is what if you have a sweep of 1 and 2 mana spells? Then your discount's gone. I don't know, man. Maybe. Tainted Remnant, I think we've already seen this. But I'll read it anyways because it says new. Battle Cry, if you played an elemental last turn, deal 7 damage, randomly split between all enemies. Seems good to me. Sigil of Time, at the start of your next turn, draw 3 additional cards. Huh. This is good. This has to be good, right? You're sacrificing some time now, haha, so that you draw 3 cards next turn. Now, if you have those cards that when you draw cards, okay, so this is one of those cards that activate those other draw cards. So this has to be playable for that deck to work. All right, V07TR0N Prime, Voltron Prime. It is a T1 T4N Titan. This minion's abilities repeat on any other random friendly minion. Okay. And it's got a bunch of stuff like click on a Titan and then it's cut off on the bottom of the screen. Maximize defensive, gain 3 health and elusive, gain 1, 2 and draw a card. Gain 1, 2, deal 4 damage to a random enemy. This has to be good, right? This has to be good. I keep saying that, but if you have 2 other minions on board, maybe from like a previous turn, or maybe because it only costs 6 mana, can you use the Titan ability on the turn it comes down? If you can, then you play like 2 low-cost minions, then you play Voltron Prime, you gain +1/+2 on both of those low-cost minions, and then you draw 3 cards? Is that how that works? It says, this minion's abilities repeat on another random friendly minion. Okay, not all random friendly minions. Okay, so that does... You'd still draw 2 cards, right? I think this is good. Is it good though? A 3/5 on turn 6? Isn't it just gonna get blasted? I like it. That's all I'm gonna say. I like it. I'm not sure if it's good. Ugh. Forest Seedlings, summon 2 1/1 saplings, blossoms in 2 turns. I imagine that just means that you either gain 3 1/1 saplings or you gain 2/2 saplings. I don't like words like blossoms. Like that doesn't give me information as someone who's seeing the card like this. It's probably good. Disciple of Sargeras. 4 mana, 3/3, Battlecry, discard a spell to summon 2 3/2 imps. Forge, give them +2 health and taunt. So this would turn into minus a spell along with a 13/8, right? +2/+2. 4, 4, 11. So a 13/11 in stats. And they have taunt. I think this is good. I think this is even good as a forging. Oh wait, no, it only gives them 2 health, not 2 attack. Okay, that does change things. Would I run this? I don't think I would run this. Observer of Myths. After you summon a minion with more attack than this, give all friendly minions +1 attack. Huh? After you summon a minion with more attack than this, give all friendly minions +1 attack. Does that include him? Can I play this on turn, like, 4, and then play this on, like, turn 8, right? And then just play, like, a whole bunch of smaller but higher attack minions and have this guy buff them all up by, like, 4 attack? Is that a thing? I think this is good. I think it's, like, Mickey Mouse Fantasy World, but I think it's good. Flame Revenant. After you summon an elemental, give it +1/+1. It's good. Good in elemental deck, I think. Tentacle Tender. We've already seen this, but I like Chaotic Tendrils. I think that's cool. So something I'm kind of noticing is that I'm not drawing more than one duplicate of each card. Is that a thing that they've implemented? Are you, like, unable to get 3 of a card now where it's, like, turned into dust automatically? Do you always just draw cards that you don't have? Because if that's the case, I think that's a really good business practice, even if I think card games in general are a waste of money. Taunt. Imposing a Nubasath. Taunt, can't attack, 7/7, 4 mana. There was that one spell that Priest had called, like, Purify or whatever that I saw that removes their ability and gives them +1/+2. So this would be a 6 mana 8/9, which doesn't sound bad to me. Unchained Gladiator, Battlecry, draw a card, repeat for each elemental you played last turn. Huh. So at worst you draw a card. At best you draw maybe 2 to 3 cards, right? That seems alright to me. Bait and Switch, we've already seen. Astral Serpent, I like this a lot. I used to go farm, I think it was Mogushan Vaults, to try and get this mount, and I could just never get it to drop. At the end of your turn, if this didn't attack, draw 2 cards. So this is just a 4 mana draw 2 cards then. And if it survives, then you maybe get 2 more cards, but it's gonna die immediately. I think this is a bad card. I think this is bad. You want to be able to attack with your minions, which is why you'd have to silence this one up here, for example. And we've already seen Aqua Archivist. Alright, Sigil of Time, we've already seen this, I still think it's good. Meddlesome Servant, 3 mana 3/4, if you've cast 5 or more spells this game, draw 2 cards. It's good. It's good. It's just good. It's just straight up good. Yeah. Mage wants to cast spells, this just wants to give you 2 cards for casting those spells. It's good. Celestial Shot, we've already seen this. Your next spell has spell damage +2. I think it's fine. 3 mana, 3 damage is fine for Hunter. Mortal Eradication. Deal 5 damage, randomly split among all enemy minions. Restore 2 health to your hero for each killed. If you can get spell damage on this, it's probably crazy. But 3 mana, 5 damage to enemy minions, I think that's good. I think this is played in a lot of Warlock decks, if I had to guess. And then Coppertail Snoop we've already seen. Conservator Nymph. Transform a friendly Trent to a 5/5 Ancient with Taunt. If Trent Druid is a thing, this is in that deck. That's all I can say. 3 mana 3/4 is also decent stat line. XB 488 Disposal Bot. 5 mana 3/2. Battle Cry, deal 5 damage, randomly split among all enemy minions. Forge, gain lifesteal. A 7 mana 3/2 is not something I'm willing to ever pay for. This is bad. Relentless Warg, rush after this attacks and kills a minion. Restore this to full health. Ooh. Ooh. This card gives me the wiggles. If I can buff this and then just maybe even give it taunt, it's going to get hit with a removal spell and then I'll be sad. But I like this card. Muscleatron, we've already seen. Steam Guardian, we've already seen. And that's 20 packs that we've looked at. Alright, so I'm obviously not going to open this pack until the very end. I don't even know what it is, to be honest. But we'll open it eventually. So yeah. I've been Nombly with Game of the Week. This has been opening Hearthstone packs that I've been given for free. And I just want to reiterate again, I know I've said this 3 or 4 times now in other episodes, but I know nothing about this game. Don't get angry if I rate a card wrong. Just laugh. It's funny. It's meant to be fun. Yeah. I hope you've been having a good day, weekend, holiday. I don't know when this video is coming out. Hearthstone. See you next time. Bye.